I mean, look at this, right? Look at this ACOS, look at this ROAS. We have low clicks and low impression share. So obviously the PPC manager, I need more clicks, I need more impressions here. Everything where we just have a good ACOS, but no clicks, and obviously you want to increase the bid to generate more clicks. Will probably, from a logical standpoint, not generate more clicks by lowering. Okay, so we also want to evaluate if, your ACOS and your purchase share, meaning your market share, is actually staying the same or increasing or decreasing. If it's decreasing, or your ACOS is not improving, then obviously the bid change didn't work. Which I see not enough people actually check if the keyword performance improved after the bid change, which you can just do by looking at the delta of the CPC and the ACOS.
What's going on, PPC nerds? My name is Paul. Welcome back to the video. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 5 tips that I like to use when optimizing an account that helped me achieve a proven track record of lowering TACOS and growing sales for 7- and 8-figure brands. For example, here's one case study. For example, when I was working for AO2 Management as an independent contractor or some kind of white label service provider, we were able to grow revenue from 600K to $1 million a month, while we lowered TACOS from roughly 11 to under 6%. That's a real case study. Just text the company or I give you point of contact so you can verify this is the truth. So you know that all of our tactics that we're using are working. This is another case study of an account under management. We were able to generate an additional $150,000 in revenue at a 4.12% ACOS. For SSE photo and video. So the tool that I like to use, you don't have to use Scale Insights, but I'm a big fan of Scale Insights. Look at their LinkedIn, there are countless case studies of people achieving results and posting about the tool. You don't have to use Scale Insights, that's my personal preference. You can do it manually, you use another tool, but so just that you know that all of the tactics in the video are working and we're actually people in the trenches doing the work.
So first thing, obviously you should use the targeting cap. I like to use Scale Insights, but you can use any tool that you like. If you want to support this channel, feel free to sign up for Scale Insights 30-day free trial, no credit card required, no strings attached. I love this tool. I use this tool on a daily basis, and it helped me achieve great results by growing sales and lowering TACOS for clients. And you can just check it out, see if it's for you. Again, no credit card required and 30 days free trial. So let's dive right into the video. So first, what I like about Scaled Insights is you can go to Ads Insights and then go to Performance, and then I like to use my keywords tab. Okay, and the first filter that I would utilize is obviously I would look for, let's say, the last 40 days, but you can also say the last 7 days or last 30 days. I think like last 7 days obviously has the pro that you have more data available, but in general, last 40 days is good. You should just be aware of the trend of a keyword. But then I like to go, you can either go sales or spend descending. And the first, change I like to make is look at everything where obviously, okay, I have under, let's say, okay, my ACOS has less than or equal to 10% ACOS. Apply this filter. You could also say, 10 to 20%. You can go in segments. And then I would want to see, okay, I want to see everything that has clicks, less than or equal to, I like to do 70, because for example, in the last 14 days, okay, that is not even 5 clicks a day. That's like 4 clicks a day. So this is my first tip, because obviously I want to shift a bigger percentage of spend towards that setting. Okay, so I like to look at everything where we just have a good ACOS but no clicks. And obviously you want to increase the bid to generate more clicks. Will probably, from a logical standpoint, not generate more clicks by lowering. Okay, so you could say I want to select everything and then just adjust the current bid and then increase it by like 5 cents, or you could say 10 cents, really depending on your willingness to be aggressive. But I like to go in like increments, like inching up. Some people use revenue per click. I think that's fine. Whatever works best for you works best for you. So that's the first filter that I would use. The second another filter, while we're on this filter, is you could say, okay, everything with impression share less than you could say 75 or 50. I would say probably 50, because 75 is most of the time, if you know the report, already ranked number 1. But I will focus on everything where we have, number 1, good ACOS under 10%. I would obviously look at the same for under 20%. I'm just giving you ideas. Low clicks and low impression share, anywhere from, look at this, right? Look at this ACOS, look at this ROAS. We have low clicks and low impression share. So obviously the PPC manager, I need more clicks, I need more impressions here. So you could say, okay, for everything under a certain impression share, I again want to boost the bid by like maybe 3 cents, because at the current bid, we're just not generating sufficient impressions. Okay, so that's the second filter I would use. The third filter is I would probably look at remove this filter here, and then look at everything over. Okay, so we have changed everything under, then obviously everything over 70 clicks. I would look at, again, anything where we have sufficient clicks, but for example, here we only have 5% of the top of search impression share. So here I would probably create a, a single keyword campaign and, with a top of search multiplier to get more impression share for top of search. But you can see, okay, we don't have a lot of these keywords anyways with more than or equal to 70 clicks. So that, for example, is we should have more than 3 keywords with, more than 70 clicks. That's the second filter, or like I guess the third filter I would look at. Then I would go through the same logic on, one segment above, so from 10 to 20, but like probably with a less aggressive CPC increase of like 3 to 5%, or like 3 to 5 cents. Just track, okay, afterwards, if you're actually increasing your purchase share. We'll talk about that in a second, how you track your purchase share. And then obviously that's like one cohort of the optimization. The next cohort of the optimization is, then I would obviously look at, I would just look at keywords with obviously a high ACOS, where our, ROAS or ACOS is just like, it's just there at the end of the day. We need to lower our bid. You can use revenue per click. I think revenue per click is fine. Sometimes when you use revenue per click, I just sometimes see, high ACOS campaigns, set the bid from like $1.10 to like down to 22%. So sometimes I think the formula is too extreme, but in general, a good rule of thumb is that depending on how high the ACOS really is, you just want to set it below average CPC. That is obviously not, paying attention to the performance of the placements. So it should be grounded on the performance of the placement. Because for example, if I see that campaign having a CPC of 53, but the ACOS is 331, but like I have the best ACOS for top of search at a CPC of like 55, which I've seen, then it wouldn't make sense to lower it a bit, because our best performing placement has the highest tick. But in general, I would just work my way through the second tier and obviously download everything heavily for that is currently not that's currently just performing really, really bad. For example, here 25 cents. This has already been adjusted. You could make the argument to slash it down even further, because yes, just not performing that well. We had 205 clicks, 1 order. Some people might say don't negate, control the bid. But I mean, if we had 205 clicks and 1 order, is it really worth it to advertise on a keyword? I doubt it. You can also put in your break-even bid, where you can see at what bid you are running break-even, and you could also go ahead and select all keywords, edit, adjust by target, bid by target, ACOS, and then it would basically use the revenue per click formula to adjust the bid to the bid that you would need at the current conversion rate to hit your target ACOS, because obviously ACOS is just spend divided by sales, ad sales, and spend is just clicks times the CPC. So sales is just like clicks times conversion rate times average order value. So if you would lower the bid and the conversion rate would stay the same, you would hit your target TACOS. But that is assuming that the conversion rate would not stay the same. So to say, okay, if you have a $1.10 bid, and if you lower the keyword to like 25 cents, to say that the conversion rate will stay the same is probably not correct. But again, you have to see, you will see. But again, I would heavily downbid everything over 85 cents. I would heavily downbid everything over 150. I personally would downbid by like 90%. Again, we already talked about how you can do this. Bulk, edit, and then just adjust current bid and decrease by like whatever you want to decrease. But I think it makes absolutely rational, logical sense to either pause or download anything from 9 cent, like from like 90, everything over 100% ACOS, I would download by like 50 to 70%. Afterwards, you have to track if that actually was if you actually improve the performance, which you will see in the obviously account performance tracking and in the keyword tracking that we will talk about in a second. So that's the third filter. Obviously, you can like layer it. You can say everything from over 100 be reduced by 30%, and everything between 100 to 80% be decreased by 50%. Everything 80 to 60% be decreased by 10%, and then go on, or like you can change the parameters. One thing I would add though is that I would optimize ASIN by ASIN, because some ASINs obviously have a way better TACOS than the ASINs with the higher TACOS. So with a lower TACOS, even though I would see a keyword with an 80% bid, ACOS, I wouldn't necessarily lower because like the bigger picture is still performing well, right? If I see, for example, one with a 21% TACOS, then for sure I would probably definitely decrease anything with over like 30% heavily, and everything obviously with like 0 sales and clicks but 0 sales. And I just would like optimize based on the ASIN level performance, because I think you should pay attention to the global level. So next filter, obviously I would filter for everything orders equal 0 but high spend, right? 183 clicks. This was obviously already like lowered. We slashed this bit to like 33 cents at the CPC of 73, but we just want to lower the spend, and then we allocate it to segments that we talked about with low clicks, low ACOS, low impression share, and shift that budget, reallocate that budget towards those segments. But first, like, we have to withdraw it and reduce the bit for those search terms. Because at the end of the day, this is again, like TACOS is just ad sales, ad spend divided by total sales. So we want to reduce the segment of spend with 0 orders. And last thing, this is probably less likely to improve your TACOS, but I think it's still important. We want to focus on everything with orders equal 0, but like, let's say clicks less than, I would say again, clicks less than 50, or you could say again 70, everything where we have probably in the last 14 days where we had less than 15 clicks. You could also say 20, or you could say 25. It really depends on your average conversion rate, right? If you have an average conversion rate of 5, that means in general, if you have a conversion rate of 5, in general, every 20th click will convert. So let's say, for example, in this scenario, if you if your conversion rate of that keyword is 5%, but you haven't reached 20, then you could increase these bits here with low clicks by 2 to 3 cents to get more clicks, to get to that threshold to make a decision. And these are my 5 favorite filters in Scale Insights. And just make sure that week over week, we're actually looking at your keyword ranking, because we not just want to change the bits, we also want to evaluate if your ACOS and your purchase share, meaning your market share, is actually staying the same or increasing or decreasing. If it's decreasing, or your ACOS is not improving, then obviously the bit change didn't work. Which I see too, not enough people actually check if the keyword performance improved after the big change, which you can just do by looking at the delta of the CPC and the ACOS. So that's it for today. See you in the next video. My name is Paul, and deuces.